G'day guys. I've had no luck finding any crayfish in the Campaspe after 4 or 5 trips. I've got no doubt they're in there, but they're probably few and far between. I've come for a bit of a road trip today to the much bigger Goulburn River, which you can see behind me, where I'm hopefully going to catch my first crayfish for the season. Well, that's the first crayfish laid out, ready to chuck some bait into. And I've been a bit inspired by Robbie Alexander here today. Got some dog food tied up in a stocking. And I'm going to tie that to the bottom of the net because he had some good success lately using goodos in a lady stocking tied to a crayfish net. And he caught quite a few in that net that day. I'm going to tie these in and find a spot to throw them in. Well, there's certainly plenty of current. What I'm hoping for is a bit of depth as well. So I'm just going to throw this out and hope for the best. Alright, the first net's only just over there, so I'm going to throw this one out in this direction. There we go, that's pretty good, I reckon. Well, there's the remnants of someone else's snagged net. That's a good sign. It means other people crayfish here. There's probably crayfish here. Alright, net number 4 out in this direction. Ugh. I've gone a bit downstream where the bush is a bit thicker for this one, and it looks like there's a snag running from there to over there, so I'm going to aim just before that out in that direction. About, yeah, that'll do. Bit of depth there. Yeah, not too bad. We'll leave it at that. So I've got all 5 nets in. It's probably been about 10 minutes since I threw the first net in. I'll give it about 25 minutes and then I'll pull them all up, and hopefully I have a bit more luck than I was having on the other river. Rightio, the time has come. Can I catch my first crayfish for the season? Come on. Oh. Yes, I did get one. You bloody ripper, he's only little, but I've got a run on the board finally. He's only a little guy, but he is absolutely cute. And look at the hole he made in that stocking already. Jesus. He's hissing. What are you doing, mate? You got yourself in a hell of a mess there. Now, I'm quite very sure that he is undersized, but I've got the measurer here from the back of the eye socket to the start of the tails where you got to measure him. So that's from there to there. So he's well under. He's only about 70. He needs to be 100 to 120. So I get to go put him back. Put him back just down here. You bloody ripper. First crayfish of the season. Well undersized, but that's awesome. Thanks, buddy. You were my first one for the season. Good work. Alright, you can walk back in down here, mate. Stop hissing, you can go. You're free to go. See ya, buddy. Go grow up so I can eat you next time. Bye. Rightio, net number 2. Can I get some more? None in net number 2. That's alright. I'll pop that there for a moment. And I'll pull in the third one, which is just over here. None in net number 3. Oh, but something's had a go at it. Look, that stocking's ripped. So there is a crayfish there eating that dog food. Beautiful. And this one doesn't look like it's been touched, but I'll throw it back out in the same spot. Just out there. Oh, now that dog food's just going to come all out of that. And I didn't bring any more stockings with me. I might be able to tie it up with fishing line. I'll leave that one there for now. I'll go check the others and I'll come back. Yes. 2 more little ones. Geez, that one's just going to get out the net. Look at him. He's tiny. Trap that one in there. They're both going to get out through the holes. Wow. There we go. 2 more little ones. They're yabby size, those. Look at that. No eggs on either. I wouldn't be expecting that. They're pretty young. You ripper. 2 more. That's great. All I want's a big one to take home for me and the missus to hook into, but I'm wrapped just to be getting some on the board. You bloody ripper. Look at that. Alright guys, I can't really get down to the water here, so 1, 2, see you later. They were well undersized. Alright, last net for the first round of checks. Have I got one? No, but I do have a pretty big stick. Wow, this one's really mangled. What can I do yet? I can tie them together there. Rightio, the net's doctored about as good as it's going to get. Throw that back out there and see if I can catch some more. I'm going to check my nets a little bit more frequently with the hope that they don't rip up the stockings quite as much. None there. Oh yeah, that's the biggest one so far. You ripper. Just had the thought to check them a little bit more frequently so my stockings don't get quite as ripped up between checks, and it's paid dividends here. Now this little one's going to let himself out the bottom of the net down there. I'll let him do that. I reckon he's undersized. A quick check will tell me. Don't want the big one to get away. From there, yeah, he's well under. So I'll let the little one go. See you, mate. And the big one's still in the net up here, hopefully. Yeah, he's still there. Oh, he's a good size. Look at that. I reckon he still might be under though. I'm not an expert on crays though. So from the back of the eye to the start of the tail, he's still pretty well under. He's only about 85 at a guess. That's alright. We can go let him go like the rest, but I'm going to get a photo of this one. He's a beauty. Look at that. Time for you to go back as well. You are undersized. You're about 85. I need 100. So off you go. See ya. You can go now. When you're ready. You can go, you silly crayfish. There we go, finally. You can see the white claws. It's still just sitting right there in the grass. It's a bit discombobulated maybe. Off you go, mate. Go on. Alright, I think this one had a small cray in it last time. Let's see what we get this time. Oh yeah, 2. Both undersized. But I'll pull them out and have a look. You ripper. I'm having a blast. Oh, this one's got some go. Look at him go. He's keen as mustard. So is that one. So, from the back of the eye socket to the tip of the tail, we're looking at about 88. So you are also undersized, mate. And I reckon your mate that I caught before was a bit bigger that I got photos of. So you can go straight back. And this little fella, he's got some nice dark colours and blue legs. Very healthy crayfish right there. But he's well undersized. See you, mate. And that stocking has seen better days, but it'll last for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've caught about 7 crayfish so far. I'm having a blast. Alright, back out you go. Still got bait coming out of that net, but it's alright. There's still some in there. The rest will float away. We'll go check this last net. Now I haven't got the greatest amount of confidence in this last net. Just, it doesn't seem that deep, and it's near a big snag. I don't know. We'll see this time how it goes. If there's none again, I might just keep out the bait and save it for the first bait that fails in one of the other nets. Oh, I'm on a snag. Oh, got it. Whoa, nearly fell in too. And yeah, no crays. So I'm going to keep this one out and save that bait for one of the other nets that are catching crayfish. Alright, it's been half an hour since the last check. Oh, get off the snag, there we go. Come on. Hopefully I didn't tip out whatever was in there, if there was anything in there. Oh yes, he's a good one. You ripper. He might be the first legal one, I think. He's pretty big. Alright, I'll walk up the hill with my net and deal with him up here. This is easily the biggest cray I've caught so far. Definitely legal, I think, but I'm going to check. But I'm going to have to put it back anyway, because I noticed that tail is curling up. And if I look under here carefully and gently, you'll see that this crayfish is in berry. And as Robbie Alexander always tells us, that's called a jenny. So you can see it protecting the eggs by curling the tail up there. And that is a big female cray with eggs, and by law I have to put it back. And to be honest, I probably would anyway, to help them spawn and keep them coming for generations to come. But I'm going to be very gentle, sweetheart, and get a measurement because I'm curious, and then I'll gently let you walk back into the water. Hold your claws down there, darling. I don't want to get nipped, please. Looking at this, it is 103. If it was a male and it didn't have eggs, that would be a legal crayfish. But because this crayfish is in berry, it's going back down the hill and back in the water. Alright, sweetheart, look after those eggs. I'll put you down really gently there and you make your way back to the water by yourself. Don't get lost like your mate and go into the grass, alright? See you later. How good is that? Oh, you hit a roadblock. You can still see her down there making her way through the grass. For some reason they prefer to go through that grass instead of just off in that direction. Maybe it's instinctual for them to head towards where the current's coming from, but either way, she's made it through and she's back in the water safely. Alright, biggest cray so far in net number 1. This feels tangled, maybe. Felt really light at the start. I think it might have been tangled. Well, there's nothing in it either way. Bugger. Well, net number 3 was tangled. On a good run. Oh, that is mangled. That'll need some repair. I'll throw these other nets back in. I'll come back to this one. It's got one in it, but it's a bit tangled. But I've landed it. You ripper. Well, this one was in a pretty big tangle, but I've managed to get it loose without any injury to him. Definitely undersized, not even going to bother with a measure. I'd guess about 60 centimetres. Pretty small. Alright, off you go, buddy. Rightio, I actually forgot to look at the time when I threw the nets back in, but I would say it's been about half an hour again. Oh no! Well, that was a complete mess, but I got my net back. Hoping it can be salvaged, but I've broken the thing there, so I'll need a new joiner. And it's probably out of action for today. It's alright, 3 nets left and a spare bait. Net number 2. Let's have some better luck than the first net, please. Oh no! I've got this one snagged as well. What's going on? Oh, I was having such a good run with them. Oh no. I've given up on that one for a sec. Maybe the current can help free it, but it seems well and truly pinned. I don't know if I'll get that one back. Oh, net number 3. Please don't be snagged. Please don't be snagged. It's not snagged, but it has no crays. Well, this round's been disappointing so far. I'll get this one back out. And I'll see what I can do. Well, I've still got the 4th one to check. I'll go up and check that. Then I'll come back and see what I can do about this snagged one. Bugger! Oh my god! That thing is ginormous. That's the biggest crayfish I've ever seen. It is chock full of eggs, so there's no keeping. But I dare say this would be too big to keep anyway. Oh my god. Alright, there's a winner for the biggest cray. Oh my god. Will you look at the size of that bloody thing? That'd take off my hand, let alone my finger. Jesus. Look at the claws. Wow. That makes up for 2 snag nets, I tell you. That thing is ginormous. I'm just taking some photos. Wow, I've got to get a measure. I'm so curious. You going back, sweetheart? Look how many eggs are there. They're just busting out the sides. That's the next generation crayfish. Let's get a measurement. It is 14 centimeters from the eye to the top of the tail there. Oh god, don't get me. 14 centimeters. Oh my godfather. That is ginormous. Take a look at that. Next to that Coke bottle. Holy Jesus. That is absolutely massive. Whew. Oh boy. Alright, eggs or no eggs. You're too big to keep. Whoa, there I go. Don't go in the water. Alright, off you go, sweetheart. Oh. Slipping over on my bum. That's alright. I might stay down here so I can get some good footage of you backing off. See you later, you absolute dinosaur. Wow. What a monster. Oh, I can still see it. God. Wow, okay. I snapped one net. I'll probably lose that net. But I just caught the biggest crayfish I've ever seen. 14 centimeters, pretty much on the dot from the eye to the tail. Wow. Alright, let's get this net way back out where it was. Awesome. Here's hoping for another big one. I want to take one home for a feed. I can't keep one with eggs, and I certainly can't keep one that was as big as that last one. But here's hoping I get a chance to catch a few more before I go. Now I've got to go over there, sort out that snag net, see if I can get it back. No, I'm not liking my chances here. It will not budge. I'm just going to have to pull really hard and hope it comes off. Yep, that's broken off. Whoops. Try and get my floats back. I want to leave them in the river. Oh god. 2. Well, after a hard slog of not being able to find any in the Campaspe River, I've come over here today and caught 10 or 11, and I'm absolutely stoked that one of them was 14 centimetres. It was an absolute dinosaur of a crayfish, and I was happy to let it go because it had a tail full of eggs and it was oversized. But I'm just stoked to have been able to catch some. The last couple of hours I haven't had a single cray in the net, so I'll probably edit that footage out and keep it a bit shorter for you. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. I'll see you next time.